What's good, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you a full tour of my office. This is where I run my real estate business, my wholesaling real estate business, and my personal branding and e-commerce businesses. And guys, this office has been a complete game changer for my success. Before I moved into this office, I was doing under $500,000 in revenue per year. Since moving into this office, I haven't done less than multiple seven figures per year. So this office has been a complete game changer for me scaling my companies. With that being said, guys, let's walk over to the office and let me give you a tour. So before we go in, I do want to mention, guys, that having an office that is aesthetically pleasing, that looks good, is very important for your success in acquiring talent, in finding people that want to work for your business. If you have an office space where people don't really want to work there, it's kind of crappy, they're not going to want to come and work for you. So you need to make sure that the space that you're working out of looks good, so that way they want to come and work out of your office. It'll make it easier for you to find hires, and it'll make it easier for you to grow your business. So make sure you're working out of a place that is appealing to work at. Also, guys, location is important. My office is located in North Scottsdale in the Scottsdale Air Park. It's around many other businesses, a bunch of entertainment and dining. So it's just a great place. There's also a lot of apartment buildings around this area. So that means there's a lot of people that are young living around here that will be good to work in sales at my company. So you want to be in a good centrally located place. So that way, even if people are driving from different parts of the valley, you're centrally located and there's a lot of talent and good things around. So this is the office suite right here. And when we walk in, what we're going to have is we're going to have a reception area over here, a little waiting area right here. And then I have a bullpen area for all my salespeople. So that's where I can pack in a bunch of people to do sales, right? So people banging out the phones, trying to lock up deals for wholesaling real estate. This is an executive office. So an executive office is a closed off space, you know, separate from the majority of the office for individuals to work in. So when people are promoted within my company, I go ahead and move them into the executive offices. So my disposition manager for my wholesaling real estate company works out of this office right here. General salespeople are right here. We come over here, this is my office, all right? And I've got a ton of windows, and I got great views of McDowell Mountain right there. So I absolutely love my office. It's big, I have a lot of room, a couch, all this stuff, TV, everything in here. It's super sweet. And guys, I have been in this office for over 4 years. So it's a great space, otherwise I wouldn't have stuck around. Right here we have a kitchen area, so that way if people have food, but then we also went and put a gym in here. So we've got a bench press, we've got a seated row, and a cable machine with curls. We got dumbbells, so we have a full gym, basically everything you need to get a full workout right there. So that way, that's another benefit for people to want to work here, right? There's a full gym equipment that they can work out with. The next thing we have is my studio, and as you can see, it's an absolute mess in here, and that's because we are rebuilding the studio. So there's a bunch of studio equipment strewn out through here, but if you guys remember, on my YouTube channel, most of my YouTube videos when I was building out my channel and growing my social media presence were filmed right here. But we're redoing this whole set right now, so it's a mess. But that's a nice size room for studio. I could build out a podcast in there. I could have multiple sets. It's a good size space. And then right here is just more executive office for me to put people when they're promoted or different departments or different parts of other companies of mine. I can separate them with that. Guys, we're here on the weekend. That's why there's no employees here, but during the week we have a bunch of team members here working. So what size square footage is this office? This office is about 1,800 square feet. So that's a pretty big office. And guys, I get a very good deal on the rent here. I'm just gonna say that, but what office space like this, where I'm located, goes for is about $6,000 to $7,000 a month for a space like this, okay? On the high end, you'll be paying $8,000 a month. I'm paying a lot less than that because of my sales skills. I've been able to get a good deal on the rent here, and over the years of being here, the past 4 years, the rent has definitely increased, but I've still been able to keep it low enough where it's like a smoking deal. All right, guys, so next thing I want to talk about is why is an office important, and why is working at home or working out of like Starbucks or like, you know, places where you can go work in public, why is that a detriment to your success? It will hold you back drastically. Guys, you are going to be able to get so much more done and have massive success if you work out of your house. Guys, you're just going to be lazy at home. You're not going to be able to lock in. You're not going to be able to get focused if you're not separated from your bedroom, your couch, your TV, your Xbox, your PlayStation, right? If you're able to just go and mess around, you're literally not going to have success. So separating yourself, your work from your home environment is extremely important to have massive success. Next, if you want to be respected by people that are going to work for your company and you want to actually hire people, you cannot hire people and have them work at your house. They're not going to respect you. They're not going to think you have a real business. The list goes on and on, right? If you want to hire people, you must have an office, especially for the wholesaling real estate business. Guys, I know most of you guys that watch my channel are trying to learn wholesaling real estate. If you're trying to learn wholesaling real estate, if you're trying to scale a wholesaling real estate business, and let's say you've made 100 grand in the business, you're getting about 10 to 15 new leads a day, that means you have so many opportunities flowing in that you need help. There's too many people to call. You need to hire a salesperson, right? You've made a decent amount of money, you have consistent lead flow, and you're overwhelmed. That's the point when you need to make your hire of a salesperson, an acquisition manager. And if that's the case, you guys need to get an office. Now, my first office was nothing like this. My first office wasn't a $7,000, $8,000 a month office. It wasn't 2,000 square feet. It was about 600 square feet, and I was paying about $1,000 a month for it. But it was still a nice, clean space. It looked decent. So if you're going to go get your first office, what do I recommend? I recommend 600 square feet, 500 to 800 square feet, somewhere in there. Shouldn't be paying more than like $1,400 a month in rent. If you're spending more than that in rent, you're going to be wasting money that you could be putting into marketing dollars, right? Everything needs to be budgeted properly so that way your business can take off like a rocket. If you're spending too much in areas that bring less of an ROI, that's going to hurt your business. So office space should not be more than $1,400 a month, I don't think, because otherwise that's going to eat into your marketing budget, okay? But as long as you get a space like that, you're going to be able to successfully hire people and then scale your business from there. I spent one single year in my first office, 1 year in a 600 square foot place, and I had 2 acquisition managers, 2 sales guys. I did about $500,000–600,000 in revenue in that one entire year. And from there, I moved to this office. That was back in 2020 when I moved to this office. And from there, I scaled from $500–600K in revenue to doing over $1 million. The next year I did like 1.1, then I did 1.7 million, and ever since I've done multiple 7 figures. So as you can see, 1 year in a small office, build your foundation, make some money, and then boom, scale, get a big office like this. So guys, let me go ahead and give you a tour of some other cool stuff that my office building has. All right, so another cool thing about this office space is, as you can see, we are on the Scottsdale Air Park. The runway is right there. So private jets, this is a private jet airport. Private planes are taking on and landing and taking off all day. And when we're driving to the office, jets are flying over us. So guys, this helps us open our mind and dream bigger. Somebody's able to afford that $50 million jet that's taken off. And so what can we do in this office space? We can work harder, we can expand our mind and know that we're able to go out there, that more is possible. Somebody's making the type of money to earn that jet, so why can't we? They're no different than us. So that's another thing. Cool environment. Like I was saying, we're centrally located, a lot of entertainment, but also we're on a private jet runway. Guys, that's actually a hangar with a private jet in it. Let's go take a look at the jet. So as you guys can see, this is the jet. There's actually another one in there, but the building owner parks both their jets in here, which is super dope. But let's head out. All right, guys, so now we're heading back to the office building, but there's a courtyard area right here on the runway with some picnic tables where you're able to sit, eat your lunch, and watch planes take off. So that's been beneficial for my employees as well. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that office tour, and I hope you got some value of the lessons that I gave you on why you need an office, what office space to get, when to get it, and how to scale your business. If you found the video valuable, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you go down below, hit the red button, and subscribe. But with that being said, guys, it's a Saturday, so I'm gonna get the heck out of here because I don't want to be at the office all day on a Saturday. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.